What is going on, everybody? Thank you for tuning in to another edition of On the Road to Victory. I'm your host, Jimmy Smith, and I hope you're all having yourselves a fantastic Monday. We are here for the pregame show, Week 15, Eagles, Seahawks. Let's go. Hope you're all enjoying your day. Hope you're ready for the Eagles to go into Lumen Field, the Seahawks Stadium, whoop their ass, the 12th man's ass, the referee's ass, and anybody else. Mother Nature, you want to come get it. Anybody can get this work. And let me tell you something. I've been fired up for the last couple of weeks, and obviously we understand there's some turmoil going on with the coachings and the players, and everybody's losing their mind. We get it. Well, they finally make a change. All these things weighing on everyone, as we can see. Look, we just want to see this team win, but the great part about it is still tied for the best record in the NFL when this week began. So we knew other teams were going to lose. We know who they truly are, but we know who the Eagles are and what they have to do. So tonight, we go out here against the Seahawks, and we're going to show the world they've been sleeping on the wrong ones. And let me show you why I'm so excited. I told you yesterday, my source told me he's playing, baby. He is the Terminator, but this makes it seem all the more that Jalen Hurts will be here. That video, compliments of John Clark, always harassing those at the airport and anywhere else he could be, but appreciate that. But you see him there sneaking through. There were some other clips with Big Dom. Look, he's there, baby. And as I told you last night, he didn't fly on a separate plane because he wasn't going to play. Yeah, look, he's under the weather. It's unfortunate. But as I showed you that graphic last night, this is what I see. I don't see, oh, God, please help us. For me, it's please help the Seattle Seahawks not get so embarrassed tonight on national television while the world is watching. Jalen Hurts flu game coming your way. Let's go. But let me jump on over here to the comments. See this bad boy already popping off. That's what I'm talking about. Hope you're getting pumped up here. Had to do it a little bit earlier tonight because, well, I got a bunch of things to do. Going to be whipping up some cheesesteaks, all kinds of stuff for tonight. So I had to make this a little bit earlier, but appreciate you all taking the time. Sorry to hear that, my man. Hope you feel better with a little bit of birds whooping on some birds action. So, look, we're the true birds around these parts. Let's go, birds. Appreciate you tuning in, China. Hope you're all doing well. Love to see the love being shared here. And gonna feel like $1 million indeed after this ass whooping comes the Seahawks way. G-Fish, my man, let's go. Hope you're feeling pumped up. They've been sleeping. They've been talking, telling us who our birds are. Well, guess what? Tonight, they get to find out exactly who our birds are. And yeah, we've had our issues. Yeah, we know things need to be worked on, not just on the defense, but on the offensive side of the ball as well. We know. But we know who we have in this building, and not just QB1, but everyone else around him. This team will band together. I promise you that. And it's time to go whoop some ass tonight. A tough team. Look, I don't care what the record says, what the stats say. They're very talented, and they might be without Geno Smith. Could be without Jamal Adams as well. So, let's go, baby. I'm getting pumped up. They're sleeping on the wrong ones, man. So I'm really pumped up. Well, we always run the ball. It's just a matter of how we do it and executing. We need those players to execute the plays. I know a lot of people feel the coaches are the ones out there on the field, but we do need the players to do well. That is a major part of this success. We need the players to play. So let's go, baby. I'm pumped up here. Cravey, let's go, baby. Hope you're feeling these vibes because I'm putting them out there, baby. I'm telling you, they're sleeping on the wrong ones, and I've been hearing all the harassing messages. I see the comments. Although, weirdly enough, today, where have all the Cowboys gone? Where'd they go? I need to know because you were so loud and vocal about what you were doing and how you were the best team ever and no one could ever be. Oh, geez. What just happened? Oh, geez, what happened? Oh, well, they get to find out today who the real best team in the NFL is. And yeah, we split with the Cowboys. It's a divisional matchup. That happens all the time, believe it or not, but we'll be all right. Weather. Oh, hey, man, we're in Seattle. Sleepless in Seattle. We knew that rain would be coming down. We're built for it. You know the saying, rain, sleet, or snow. The Eagles are trained to go. That is compliments of Jalen Hurts himself. Let's go. I would ask him to remember who he is and who the Philadelphia Eagles are. That's what I would have him remember. Let all these haters know, look, you're all sleeping, whining. Oh, got to hire Brandon Staley. You got to trade Jalen Hurts. No one cares what those people have to say. They don't know anything. Now, it has not been confirmed, but I just showed you the clip of him rolling into the stadium. And I told you last night that my source, who literally works with the Eagles, said, oh, he's playing. I mean, I can't. I mean, can I show you? It literally, the way he said it, I was like, oh, yeah. And I told you guys on the show last night. So, try to cover all the rest of that up there. I don't want to be giving that away, but get it in there. Son of a bitch. You can't. Oh, yeah, he's playing is what it's whatever. You can't see it. But when I got that, I knew because that's the source that always he keeps it real. And when he said it like that, it was like, oh, okay. And yeah, you never want to not feel good, but we know who Jalen Hurts is. He's not going to use any excuses. He's going to go out here and whoop some ass. Yo, appreciate you tuning in, Troy. Hope you're having a good one. I'm all for it, baby. Let's go get that ass whooping. I hope you guys got your parlays in, your bets, your fantasy lineup set. My fantasy season hangs in the balance in the hands of Jalen Hurts and A.J. Brown. So I feel confident. I'm pumped up. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Need some points here. But I'm all about the Eagles winning first and foremost. Don't care about my fantasy, although I would like to win that money. But let's go. I last night, I was confident. I was getting trolled because of that. Look, I don't care, man. You can sleep on Jalen Hurts and the Eagles all you need to, whatever you got to do to get yourself in bed at night. But you're sleeping on the wrong one, and I'm assuring you of that. And, oh, what a laughing stock the Cowboys are. So, look, we talk about what we need to do. Well, it's going to look a lot like, I think, when we talk about getting pressure, doing certain things with the talent we have, you have a multiple scheme defense here where you're supposed to be lining up an odd and even front. We run a lot of even fronts here, not so much odd, but it comes from the Fangio tree, but it's much different than what I assumed was going to, all these different kind of schemes. But I think a lot of the injuries and things have hindered that. Now, each week you're going to have a different game plan for a different team. Certain schemes are going to work better. Now, if they don't, you want to adjust. And you've seen this, this defense do that. So it's been great. But, one of the things we talk about is the ability to adjust and be able to play different styles against different teams. And, you play like a team like the Patriots where you see more cover one. You're not seeing a lot of the match zone concepts. You're seeing a lot more just man concepts. And it's not necessarily, I know a lot of people want to blitz to get pressure, but it's finding ways to get the front four just to get that pressure. And what's weird is the way we play, a lot of it really is based off of having good linebackers, good safeties. And we've had a lot of injuries and issues at linebacker and safety. So it's like, well, all right. You'd think they'd emphasize. Now they did add people in free agency. You have Nakobe Dean. So there was hope that we had it there, but it is what it is. So you got to try something different. And we know that we have a lot of talent here. We know that this team is built to win a Super Bowl, and we want to win it right now. And we talked about this last night where, Nick Sirianni said, no changes in coaching, this, that, the other thing, but maybe it came down from somebody else. Maybe Jeffrey Lurie, Howie Roseman was like, look, man, let's get, a guy that has won Super Bowl rings, a guy with experience doing this. Let's get him in there. Now, I've seen a lot of the content creators making stuff up. Oh, he was fired, this, that, the other thing. No, man. Sean Desai is actually still the defensive coordinator. He's going to be up in the box looking down at the play. So it's going to give him a different viewpoint, and he will then relay what he's saying. And he and, Patricia will be discussing what's going on. Patricia will be the one to call those plays in. So whatever they decide on, he's up in the box now. Patricia's on the field. So they kind of just like flip roles, but it's still in a weird way. Like, and this is something we've talked about all year, though. It's a combination of all the pieces, So when Patricia was added and everyone was furious, it's like, dude, this guy's got championship pedigree, and he's going to be able to come in here and help in areas that maybe we need with a very young defensive coordinator. And, you see it. We needed the help. He needed a guy like that. That guy steps in now, but they didn't fire him, and I think that Desai has the right idea. And I think a lot of times, with these injuries and the things we've talked about, it's kind of hindered what he's done. And you've heard, like, I don't know how much you guys want to believe the media. They make stuff up all the time, but, they're saying that he's not confident. This, that, now they make stuff up all the time. So I'm really finding that hard to believe. But I do kind of see it where, like, they feel he's not confident, like the coaches or the management, whatever, where it's like, okay, somebody's got to step in here because we've got the talent to do this, man. And I know everybody hated having a top defense the last couple of years, but it's like, I enjoyed that, man. Like, being number one against the pass, number one in turnovers. Like, I thought that was great. Now, I know a lot of people hate this style of defense because it worked so well and got us to a Super Bowl. But for me, if you're using it right and you're using the players right, good to go. Now, in today's matchup, you're going to have Drew Lock, right? Probably over Geno Smith. So they're going to try to run the ball a lot. Got to make them one-dimensional. Kenneth Walker, Zach Charbonnet, they are tough. So good. I like more of that cover one stuff. You're going to see, got to shut those runs down. Now, when you're playing man, you got Kaylee Ringo probably starting now. So, okay. So I don't think you necessarily just get rid of what you're doing. I just think, especially in a team like this, but I think for me, not really. It's not really much about like changing this defense. Like, I don't think he's coming in here like, oh, we're changing everything. I think you see more of certain things that we already run, but I don't think, you're making this more complicated for people. I think you're just kind of trying to give people different viewpoints so that maybe it helps decide in the long run. Matt Patricia being there on the field, maybe you got to hope for something here. And as I talked about last night, I mean, this kind of feels like a desperation move, but we're talking about something needs to change. So what the hell is it, right? We're in week 15. You ain't firing people, cutting, and, people want to trade. A trade deadline was a while ago, folks. I just, all these things that it doesn't make sense to do. It's like, we got to work on with what we've got here. Let's make it work. So for me, I think it's going to look a lot of the same, like look-wise. Now, play-wise, I think you're going to see much better because if you make this team one-dimensional, it's got Drew Lock. We should be able to make him look like shit. The Giants, the Cardinals, these are not good offenses. So you're going to see the media people freaking out. Oh, my God, what happened? And it's like, well, these teams aren't exactly the Chiefs. They're not the Dolphins, all these, other things that, you have to take into account for what we've done this season. I think this team has done well at times. You got to find those games where it's like, damn, did we really allow, the Chiefs, the Dolphins, teams like that? Do we shut them out in the second half? Only allow them to score 7 points in the second half? Like, can you do that from the beginning of the game? Like, can we just not have to, do these things where I find it to be ridiculous, but I don't know. I think for me, it's a lot of the same, but maybe a little fire lit under their ass. You heard that the players were able to go in there with Kevin Byard and, actually he went to the coaches and they did their own scouting report. So what it was is, the coaches are still doing their job, their scouting report, but the players did their own. So they gave them to the coaches and then they all worked together on what exactly the game plan is going to be. So I just feel a fire lit under their ass. That's what we needed, right? So maybe this is for the coaches, for the players, and maybe the offense just sees that and is like, all right, we better get shit going here. So that's what I'm hoping for, my man. But great question. Fantasies in the hand of Devontae and DeAndre and Elliott. Well, get this. My little brother is who I'm playing. And he has DeAndre Swift and Devontae Smith. And I'm like, dude, I want us to run the effing ball. So this is going to hurt every damn time. But I'm not one of those people that's going to root against the Eagles for my fantasy purposes. I don't give a shit how much money it's worth. The Eagles mean more to me than anything. So, yeah, I've got Hurts. I've got A.J. Brown. He's got actually Kevin Byard as well because we play with defensive players. So he's got 3 Eagles. I've got 2. It's going to be a battle to the death. I'm looking forward to it, man. Ooh, I can't wait. And then in my other league, I have 2 leagues. And then in my other one, I have Jalen Hurts left, but I'm already up by like 15 points. So, all right. But let's go, dude. The one I usually mention is the one where my brother runs, where I get to go to the link and do the draft. And my nephew and my little brother are in it now. And when I say little, they're actually like in their 20s, like they're not, you know what I mean? But it was nice to have them as a part of the league this year. And both those little shits are in the playoffs now. So showing these old dudes what's up. It's, dude, 3 of us in there. Love it. Love it. Yo, my man, Joe, appreciate you tuning in. I'm all about it, baby. 10-point win. Let's go. You know, I've already got my parlays out there. Got a couple of them with the 10-point win on there. I'm all about it. Dude, I'm all about him getting time. We talked about that last week. No better way to learn than throwing them in the fire. So getting thrown in the fire with DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett, Jackson Smith, and Jigba. Going to be a tough task for all these guys. We're going to see how they move him around. I think you could see not just him starting. You know, it's not just going to be Ringo, Bradbury, and then have Roby. I think you could maybe kick Roby outside. You could put Bradbury inside, a little more linebacker play for Bradbury. You've got Job and Ricks, who they have used. So I don't think that it's going to be, you know, just strictly those guys. But he's got a chance tonight, and I'm excited. So let's see what he does here tonight. I'm pumped up about it, though. Never liked bend, but don't style defense. Bend, don't break is what you're saying, okay? But don't style of defense, no matter what type of success we've had with it. You don't like being good. Hey, no doubt. I know a lot of people didn't like being good. I actually miss being good. I would have to disagree. I would take back being number 1 against the pass, getting all those sacks and turnovers. I miss those days. I know a lot of people were furious about how good that team was, but I liked it. I did like being good, but I know people like to be mad about whatever. So they were mad that we were good, but now they're mad that we're not good at that stuff. So, yay, they got to cry about something, right, baby? But we're here getting excited about our birds. My man Daniel in here. Let's go. I hope you guys are getting fired up. I'm getting fired up. This damn game is taking, I feel like this is possibly one of the worst ever. Like, because you're waiting for the Jalen Hurts news. You're waiting. It's just so much like, all right, let's go. Like all day. It is. I feel like I have lived 17 days all in today. The thing, every time I'd get something done, every place I went today, every single effing thing. All right. Yeah. Oh, okay. I remember at one point I was like, all right, man. Holy hell. I can't believe it's been such a long day. And I looked and it was like 1:15. And I was like, all right, well, I'm going to jump off this roof, I think. So, look, dude, I'm fired up. I've been trying to stay fired up, and I'm going to be fired up throughout this whole damn day. Going to be running to the grocery store here to pick up a couple last-minute things I need for this little meal we're putting together for this game. Little celebration. Got to get the cheesesteaks ready for this one. And, you know, I just... that's the main course. It's got to be, dude. Good juju getting thrown out there tonight. But, yo... hope you're feeling it, my man. Hope you're ready, Daniel. Appreciate you tuning in. Able to do things tonight in New England. Well, you want him to be good for sure. I would like that. But, yeah, you got a much different team here. So we'll see what he's able to do with this one. And as we talked about in that video, looking like he is going to play. But as I told you guys last night, if you guys listen to me or watch a show and you guys like having real news, you guys already knew last night that I told you he was playing. But a lot of people prefer that other stuff and the made up stuff. But if you guys ever want to tune in, I know you sickos are catching it. That's what I love. Like, you sickos get to know everything before anyone else. And like, you get to stay on top of stuff. And I love seeing you in the comments. Like, well, actually, it's like, hey, I try to help them, man. Whatever, dude. Stunts and Browns. Yeah, you want them to keep doing their thing for sure. That's never going to happen. I told you, when I got this disease, I just think that, they told me about blood pressure. I said, look, man, I'll be dead within the next 5-10 years, because if that's an issue, I said, I'm an Eagles fan. I don't know. You saw me in this whole month I've been here. You're trying to save my life, and I'm telling you to get the F out of my way so I can watch my Eagles. Like, that means more to me than anything. So I just, I'll go out swinging. But yeah, I could do without it. And I know my pop feels the same way. Like, come on. So I'm hoping tonight is that night that Jalen Hurts just goes out, bends him over, and boom, spank him, baby. But it is what it is. Yeah, no doubt, man. I love it. I love being good. And watching Miami yesterday, it was like, oh, Vic Fangio. We had him. Thanks, Gannon, you son of a bitch. But because of that, Fangio leaves, and then I love this guy. Still a fan of his, the ideas. I know he's still young at it, but we're trying to win a Super Bowl right now. So love the move, but you got to be able to run this right, and you got to have smart players that can execute. And obviously our players have not done any of that. And, each week it's, well, the players, but the coach, if the player coach player. and everybody wants to fire everyone and cut everyone. And each week it's somebody, this, that, the other thing. And it's like, well, believe it or not, it's just a nice blend of all of them. But the players are the ones that need to execute these things. And they have not been doing that. And it is what it is, So look, I'm pumped up about this game. So let's go. Seahawks definitely on the menu. We are going to devour them. And I can assure you that this team ain't playing around. Now, give me 1 second because I'm getting all these calls. I told her, I literally messaged Chelsea before I went on and said, I'm going on live. Apparently, that just meant nothing. But safe ride home if you're watching. But just looked it up. It's an osprey. No doubt. Is that what the Seahawk is? Ratbirds. I think that's a better explanation of what it is. But an osprey, I guess that would make sense. When I want to know fact on the Eagles, on the place, okay, yo, I appreciate that, dude. And I'm going to keep doing my best to get you out there with all that, dude, because the chaos out here where people just this, that, the other thing, lying about this, lying about that, makes me want to jump off of Jalen Hurts will be active, so it is confirmed. So let's go. But yeah, as I told you guys last night, my source would never, ever lie to me. And I would never lie to you. And I would never tell you guys things if it weren't the case. So okay, so let me post this stuff while I'm talking to you guys. Keep it coming if you want. Sure. Gotta post this. See, you guys get to see me live in action. Okay, Eagles quarterback Jalen Hurts, who was listed as questionable illness, will start tonight's game versus Seahawks. Let's go. Dude, I love having a source. Like, you have no idea how much I probably would have been cracked out all day. So I can't imagine, like, if you don't watch the show and you didn't know last night when I told you, like, I couldn't imagine, like, because my fantasy, everything was on the line. So I was like, dude, I'm reaching out right now. And like, you don't want to just be like, hey, is this guy playing or not? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I this is my friend here. I try to, have that relationship with him. But, we were just talking about some things and I kind of just threw it in there. But, it was like, hey, man, like, whatever I said. But as I told you, he was like, oh, yeah, I said something along the lines of like, I just can't see a guy like him, the Terminator, not, flying a plane out there and then just not playing. And it was funny because the way he said it, I tried to show you, but oh, yeah, he's playing. Like the way he said it, man, you got to understand. I had that guy on the show a few years ago when nobody wanted to believe me about Hurts. And dude, he knows who this dude is. And I try to relay that message as to who Jalen Hurts truly is. And people are finding out, man. This guy doesn't quit as easy as Eagles fans. Like, he's not somebody that, like, at the first sign of something looks rough, I'm done. Season's over. I quit. We could trade and fire everyone. Like, that's the complete opposite of who Jalen Hurts is. Like, he's like us sickos, man. He fights to the death. And we love that for, you know what I mean? So love it, man. But, this is awesome. I'm just going to keep growing and keep making more sources so you guys can get information like that, to have that last night is something that I don't think my heart would have been able to handle not having. You know what I mean? Sorry, I'm trying to talk and post this, but some of you do not watch videos, so I got to post stuff too on every effing platform. So I think we've got it now on every platform. I think you're all good to go. So if you want to jump up on this, you want to see what it's all about, baby, want to go like that flu game picture, support the channel, whatever you want to do, feel free to do so. Oh yeah, it's time. It's time. The Eagles are gonna go whoop some ass, and we're about to take this fantasy championship. Jalen Hurts leading the way. Let's go. He's gonna have to always watch out for defense. That is something as a quarterback you always want to be watching the defense. Yo, appreciate that. And I do apologize that I've definitely fallen off. I'm not gonna lie to you. I have fallen off big time when it comes to getting you that stuff like quickly. I see news and I'm like, all right. And then like I create graphics like I used to. You guys remember back in the day, I was first before anyone all the time. It just got tiresome because it was like nobody cares. Like they just follow these other weirdos. So I just stopped putting, you know what I mean? But you sickos are really helping this thing grow. So I'm really trying to get back into the groove of just bodying everybody, because it's like, oh, well, this is my show. This is what I do. They all got all those things. Where do you think they learned it from? So, look, they try. They say what? Imitation is the sincerest form of flattery. So, let them keep trying. Hope Jalen has some cute show tonight, because I'll buy them if we win tonight. Some cute show tonight. Oh, shoes. Okay, yeah. The damn spell correct gets me too. And you guys, then I got to decipher. I got to decipher what I say in text messages half the time, or trying to comment back to 36 comments. And dude, there's still comments I didn't get back to, and I will before this damn game, son of a bitch. But I try my best. But yo, you know he's gonna have some sweet Jordans on. He's gonna be out here. It's his flu game. It is time. And how hilarious, China. Yeah, about it. Was that comment the other day? Well, it wasn't actually the flu. Yeah, we know, dude, but you don't call them the Jordan stomach pain 12s. You know, like, come on, man. Oh, God help us. But, dude, when is the correct term there? Question on should the Eagles get rid of Slay? Oh, I think the biggest question should be, how do people listen to WIP? We got to get rid of them and all of those people. That would be my biggest concern, is to how do people that don't know anything about football still continue to be listened to when they talk about football? Like, we're in week 15. The guy just got surgery. He's out, and we're talking about we got to get rid of him. Like, no, we got to get him back and go win this Super Bowl. Then in the offseason, we can worry about, what roster management we need to do, where we need to draft, who we need to get rid of, how it will save cap space. Because you're going to hear every one of these top content creators, the media people, we got to cut Hurts, everybody. Oh, yeah. They don't understand how the cap works. They're going to be taking on 50 million dead cap. They're just, stuff Howie will never do. And people always wonder, like, how do you know all the moves we're going to make? It's like, because I study the cap. I understand that what's actually going to help the team. And believe it or not, Howie wants to help the team. So, dude, we're gonna break it all down during that offseason. But I know the media is ready to give up on the season. They want to talk about the draft. They want to talk about cutting everyone. Trade Sirianni's gone. I've seen it all. More power to you guys that listen to that stuff. My brother listens to that. I cannot do it, man. I can't. It's just hard for me, because it's like, I don't know how you could listen to someone that doesn't know what they're talking about. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like this would be like going to the doctor's office, and I go in, and a 3-year-old is sitting there with his like toy, stethoscope and stuff. And he's like, boo boo. And he's like, pointing at my knee, and, yeah, sure, my knees are still shit from football 20 years ago, but it's, come on, doc, you're 3 years old. Give me a fucking break. But let's be real here. Sorry for the swearing and stuff, but that stuff drives me insane, because I just don't get it, man. They don't know what's going on, and they're furious every week. Fire everyone. It's like, why not just go pick up knitting or something that's not going to keep you upset? Like, for me, I enjoy football. I want to root for my Eagles. I don't want to root against them like most of the new fans. Like, I don't spend my days trashing the Eagles. Like, I actually love them. They mean more to me than most people realize. You sickos know what I'm talking about. We are the most passionate fan base in the world. The diehards, the sickos, there's no fan like us. But obviously, these new fans give us a different name now, but I do my best to counteract all that nonsense, man. Vets were playing good. The young guys were playing good, but the vets were getting cooked. The young guys were getting cooked. I mean, it was up and down for each of them. You saw different weeks, guys were stepping up. Certain times, guys were not. And sometimes it was, let's pinpoint one play. Let's whine about this. So we got to cut this guy. Oh, this coordinator. Oh, remember the beginning of the season. We got to, trade Hurts. We got to fire Britton Covey. We got to, everybody sucks. Sirianni sucks. It's just, each week they have to hold on to something, because they don't know what's going on. And to me, it's insane. It's like, bro, why don't you sit back, enjoy the ride, and listen to people that do know football, because we're ready to go win the Super Bowl with or without you, man. You could be crying. We're going to leave your ass at the station, bro. We're leaving, bro. We're fueled up. We're gone. Jump on. 50%. Oh, dude. And I love it. Look, and I appreciate you guys stepping in, because this has been for years that I literally just try to provide content to help people, and they get furious with me. How dare you say Jalen Hurts is going to develop? Everyone knows he doesn't have an arm and he's not good. How dare you start Hurts train and Hurts season? And it was like, look, bro, I'm just trying to help you understand. And well, now they see it, but it was like Sirianni, they hated me for that. Howie Roseman hated me for that. And it's like, now they're all the biggest fans. Dude, so I appreciate you guys stepping in, because it has been a lonely, and I hear it all. I've been the biggest Hurts fan ever. And it's like, I wish you were when no one else was but me, because holy shit, I could have used that help. But hey, some of you didn't find me till now, whatever it may be, but holy, it was a tough few years, but we got them all on board, just like I told you I sought out to do. But I love you guys in there sticking up for me, sticking up for our birds, teaching these people how things work. So this is what it is. The guy from Threads was a jack. Oh, yeah, they are unbearable morons. And it's just like they want to cry the entire time. Like, I don't. Yes, Joe. Joe, anybody else missed the beginning of the show? As I had mentioned, Geno Smith probably not playing. Jamal Adams not playing. So, yeah, we talked about that. If you guys want to check out the beginning of the show or you want to talk about it again, let me know. Platforms are like guns. Oh, my God. There's this saying in Deadwood. I could never remember what he said, but he just talks about the fact, like, why do we want more communication with other people? Like, it's already bad enough. And, like, now we're going to put up these polls and start communicating with each other. Why do I want to know what some, and bro, they were right. And look, I didn't use social media before I got sick because I just thought it was no thanks. But then I started using it and I was like, oh, all it is just hate. Everybody just hates everything. And then I was like, no, I refuse to believe there's not other Eagles fans out there. There's got to be a few sickos. And I found you, and there's not many of us, but bro, we just keep banding together, keep growing this channel, and I promise you, dude, we will outweigh these new fans that make us look so embarrassing. It's sad, and I hate that these people use their platforms to quit on the Eagles every chance, and then everybody thinks Eagles fans are quitters like Cowboys fans. Like, no. I never said I'd be a Cowboys fan. I never wanted to trade Hurts. I am not like these other creators. Like, I am the creator. So, look, they'll catch you on one time. You want to be bandwagon? Look, I can't knock people. That makes them more money to me. That gets them more subscribers. That fans love the people that always say quit, the always give up attitude. That's not for me, man. I'm a fighter. I'm like the Eagles. I'm like Jalen Hurts. I ain't about that bitch business. Nope. Listen to some of those guys and make myself feel so. Oh, yeah, you definitely feel like a genius. And that's what, when I started doing this, I was like, this is going to be easy. And my God, has it been. But what I didn't realize is what people loved that so much and get so angry if you prove that stuff wrong. Oh my God, I did not know people held on to that stuff as gospel. It's like, bro, I'm just trying to help you see that these people are lost. But hey, we'll see. But yeah, they elevated the safety and quarterback as we talked about earlier. So it looks like they will both be out. Jamal Adams and Geno Smith. Mostly invested in idiots' opinions. Yeah, man. Unfortunately, running a channel, I have to deal with them nonstop. And I love to see people flip-flop. I love when they are like the whiny person and then they are, yeah, it's like, yeah, no. Trust me, I could do without it. All I ever want to do is wake up and have people cheering for the Eagles, talk about the Eagles with me, and all I ever get is whiny bitch-ass comments. It's like, dude. But that's where you sickos come in, because I find you guys. I'm like, oh, thank you, Lord. Somebody wants to talk some football. It's embarrassing. But you get all these like fans of other teams. Like, you can tell they're down bad in life, or they don't believe in their team because they're spending their time on like Eagles channels and stuff. Like, it's so weird to me. Like, I don't care about those people. Like, obviously they're about to hang it up, but I don't want them to do that. But I just want to talk about football. And I know that's not for everyone, especially troll fans like 49ers, Cowboys fans like that. They don't know football. So what they have to do, and a lot of Eagles content creators, they build their channel just arguing with those people. So it's a lot of just unintelligent people just arguing about things they don't know. So it's really weird. My man, let's go. And yeah, how embarrassing for them. They found out why we are still the best team in the NFL. And look, the NFL, they gave us that big gauntlet. They gave the Niners 10 days rest, the Cowboys 10 days rest. They did everything they could to help those teams, but we'll see what they do to help them in the playoffs, because we all know they're not as good as the Eagles. Always 100% on board. Didn't even know you were doing this till I seen you in Philly talk. Hell yeah, man. And I remember having to go on there, not this past year, but a few years ago. And those comments of the fans on his show, they were not nice people. They were very furious at me for believing in a guy named Jalen Hurts. And hey, that's okay, man. As long as we got them all on board now, that's all I was trying to do, man. So that's awesome. And look, I'm glad you guys found me. And then, like I said, I know, there are definitely guys out there, girls out there that were fans. I'm just saying, here in this little space, there was no one. So it was like, but I tried. Trust me. I got filleted every time I went on Twitter. Anybody, I try to tell them, teach them, oh, no, that's not how it works. Only white quarterbacks. And it's like, okay, dude. So, nuts. Look at this. Speak of the devil, you will not win the Super Bowl. Yeah, I agree with you. Niners definitely can't win the Super Bowl. And look, I was just actually mentioning this a minute ago in the channel. We understand why you guys are spending your time on Eagles channels, why you're down bad. We don't blame you for being so afraid. So appreciate you supporting the Eagles here tonight, my man. I don't blame you. I would be a closet Eagles fan if I were you as well. So thank you for the Eagles support. We feel stand to get drowned out by nonsense. Yeah, I always do, man. And look, I will continue to teach them how the cap works, why we can't trade and fire everyone, why we're, not doing these things so they don't make us all look so stupid. So I'll try. And then when it happens, it's so weird because then they're like, well, this happened. And everybody's like, yeah, it happened. It's like, yeah, I mean, I try to tell you for months. I don't. And to me, it's like, whoa. I don't know, man. I don't know. But yeah, I could see Eagles, Ravens, Eagles winning for sure. I agree with both of you there. Eagles definitely beating everybody. I'm all about it, dude. So, and Niner faithful, we get you, man. I totally understand why you're afraid of the Eagles. Don't blame you, man. All right. So a lot of other content is like Desperate Housewives. Yeah. And they just bring on these other fans that don't know. It's really weird. I can't do that, man. I'm not going to do that. There's too much of that out there. But and that's what I said earlier. If that's what makes you money, if that's what people like and they do, who's to stop you? Keep doing it, man. Do your thing. But for me, I was brought up different. Like, I like staying faithful to my team. I like being tough, man. I'm not like those Niners fans, like this guy in this chat. Like, I'm not built like that. Like, I'm not a bitch, I guess you would say. Like, I don't whine. I don't go, like, I've never watched another team's channel. I don't cry and break easily like these people. It's not for me, man. But if that's, how people want to be, let's go, man. Have it your way, right? Let's go, my man Wheels. Let's effing go. Hey, man, sorry you haven't gotten better. That's unfortunate, but hey, that's why you're cheering the Eagles on right now, and we don't blame you. My man Wheels in here. Let's get it going up in here, and they are. It's truly sad to see. But anyways, I'd like to talk about the Eagles. I don't care about 5-year-old kids whining because they have small peepees. He's going to either jump or not. Dude, we don't care. But look, so back to talking football. I do not care about this little whining child. I think for me, running the ball was something we talk about every week that you have to do against a team like the Seahawks that has struggled against the run. I think giving up 124 yards per game. So you run the ball down their throat, but you also want to use your weapons. You have Jalen Hurts, the MVP runner-up here to Patrick Mahomes. Now I think Hurts has taken that over. Obviously, Brock Purdy, Christian McCaffrey, not going to win this award. So you look at someone like Jalen Hurts, what he is able to do with his legs, his arm. So it's time to see that arm. We've got A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, Dallas Goedert, maybe a little bit of Quez, maybe a little Julio, Olamide, whoever it wants to be. Get this offense rolling. We have too much talent. And it's fire everybody. Fire this guy. Why don't you just not turn the ball over? Maybe not get stupid penalties. Let's see how this team does when we're not making stupid-ass mistakes and shooting ourselves in the foot. So, obviously, the Niners wouldn't have stood a chance. The Cowboys wouldn't have, if you don't shoot yourself in the foot. As we talked about, we beat ourselves. Those teams can't beat us. We're 10 times better than them. So, you look at, the issues you've had, it's all fixable stuff. It's literally your own. It's you versus you, baby. So, that is what makes me feel so confident about this team. So this offense, there's no way. I know they've got a lot of talent on that defense. No way they're stopping us regardless. Don't care. Then you look at this offense of theirs. If it's Drew Lock, bro, defense, time to step it up with Matt Patricia here. I am pumped up. I'm thinking we go in here, 10-plus point win. Throw your money down on it. Let's effing go Birds, baby. But I got to roll out here. I need to go make these cheesesteaks, get some things ready. But no, I wouldn't have demoted him. But they didn't. They just kind of switched their positions. It's really weird, So, hey, look, they did it with Howie and it worked. So maybe it'll work with Desai here. I'm all about it. Whatever it takes to get this defense on track. Let's do that. But I will be back later tonight for this post-game show, and we're going to hope, well, for a fact, we'll be back, and you're going to have Cowboys fans, Niners fans, all crying their eyes out. And what you need to do is understand that. You don't have to get upset about that. You have to understand that they are crying behind their computers right now. Laugh at that. Enjoy that they are so petrified that they're spending their days worried about the Eagles. That's some weirdo behavior, right? Like, I would never in my life do that. So, Hey, man, you got to do your own thing, I guess. Embarrassing, but hey, we don't blame you for being scared, Niners fan. Hey, appreciate you supporting an Eagles channel. Really, really can't thank you enough. And, Trey, Anton, China, and Wheels, my man, pulling up at the end here. I know you were in here. Drew, I don't know, maybe you're getting a nap. Liz, maybe you're trying to get off work here, but if you guys are watching this before the game, would love to hear from you. And after the game, I better be hearing from you around 11:30, 12 o'clock. We'll be here no matter what time or what goes down. We will be here. And, they're going to be silenced, but they're going to come in whining about the refs or something. You know how they are. They're not built for this. They're not built for football. That's why they've never played it down in their life. And they sit on the computer crying like little babies. So let's go get this W. Hope you're getting pumped up. And they should be obsessed. They should be afraid. You can't blame them for being so afraid. I mean, if I were them, I'd be petrified spending my days on Eagles channels too. No, I wouldn't. I'm not a bitch. Do you remember? Oh, yeah. Just ignore them. When you've got that small dick energy, you have to understand that these people, that's how they live life. You know what I mean? It's excuses. It's whining. They're not built tough like the Eagles. So, hey, that's that California born and bred style. So, hey, we understand you guys couldn't fight yourselves out of a wet paper bag, and that's got you torn that the Eagles are going to win the Super Bowl. We don't blame you, but thank you. That I needed that little confidence booster before this game started. Just letting us know that they're petrified before the game starts. Woo! I love that. Thank you so much for letting us know. But we're going to shove that bird right down through and open up. So I hope you all enjoy this game. I know those living in fear like Niners and Cowboys fans, they'll be whining, crying, biting nails. Woo! Let's go birds, baby. But I'll be back for this post-game show talking about it all. Hope to hear from you throughout the game. You need anything, you can always reach out. But if you got anything from this, do me a favor. Hit that like button. You can always subscribe down below and join us. You better be joining us later tonight. It's going to be a barn burner. So he's opening up wide, baby. Woo! Birds are coming. They know the birds are coming. And we don't blame them. So I love you all. Hope you're having a great night. But, the key here is, guys, just for further reference, if you want me to ignore that stuff, stop talking to them. But let's go birds. And I hope you all enjoy this game. The Niners and Cowboys fans aren't going to. Their teams just aren't good enough. Thank you for letting us know that. All you Winers fans and Cow Turd fans, the birds, you get to sit back on your couches and watch a real team tonight. So, hope to hear from you after this game. Don't disappear like they all do. Better get your ass here. Until then, I am Jimmy Smith, and this is On the Road to Victory. You all have yourselves a great night. Enjoy this game, and as always, say it with me now. Go Birds!